Hi, I'm your goddess Nesca here with Trucker Man. We are reacting to
Sinder is cooked part 2. That's how probably I'll label this.
the follow-up.
Her career is up in cinders. That's the joke I've been seeing.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. Welcome to part 2 of the Sinder controversy because she is now officially quote-unquote apologized. We covered this in yesterday's video. If you want the full...
Isn't that just the way? Whenever you apologize, that's when you know you're cooked.
Yeah. Well, it was as we go say, don't apologize unless you did something wrong. I mean, that's...
Well, even if you do apologize for doing something wrong, you've it also depends on your apology. Like all the people that come in the past, like Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whatever, all their so-called apologies, and they still do the same BS.
Details
not really
leading
sorry.
up to today.
What we should have done, we should have had a little, like, you should have, like, a little ukulele, like, right here while you were reacting to this.
Oh.
I remember that for a couple years.
Oh yeah, that weird apology video thing. What was even that lady's name?
I don't know. She's been, like, a long-time YouTuber. She got caught sexting underage people or something.
That one you can't apologize for.
Watching that video. But if you want a quick breakdown of everything before we look at the new apology, basically you have this large indie VTuber named Sinder who found herself in a lot of controversy after a series of Google Docs were released about her, beginning with this one from the artist Nanolist, who detailed their personal experience with Sinder as well as Sinder's manager slash secret boyfriend named Redacted, where those two individuals would badmouth and slander many content creators in their space, and then they try to get...
Unless he likes getting cooked. Unless he didn't know that she's cheating on him.
She must have did some... How crazy she is. She did some nasty to him. She does some dirty to him. He can't get anywhere else.
Mommy don't know. Wait. Reverse it. Daddy don't know mommy's getting high at the body shop, doing something unholy.
Analyst, a very popular artist, to sign an exclusivity agreement with Sinder, meaning that Nanolist could only work with Sinder. And in this proposed agreement, there were specific content creators mentioned that they could no longer work with. Now, some of these content creators were just random people that had no personal relationship with Sinder. It was just pure jealousy.
I saw her reaction. Shy Lily's like, she's that whale big boob whale lady.
Is she like Nadia from Rising of the Shield Hero?
Yeah, but with blue hair. But she's like real shot. She's like real nice. You hear her voice. This is the only clip I've ever seen her being pissed. Like legit pissed.
I would be too if I found out the whole reason I couldn't get something is because someone was blackmailing someone else and something cheesecake.
Cinder's part in insecurity, but there were some content creators that viewed Sinder as a close friend. Basically, Sinder was trying to sabotage the careers of her own friends for what, you may ask? Simply financial gain. She wanted to stay as the top dog in the indie.
No, I wouldn't even call it financial gain because she's wasting a shit ton of money to do this. I think it's just more of popularity.
Ego.
There's the word.
That's what was just her ego.
Ego, bitch.
And she wanted even her own friends to suffer for her own success. Obviously, this doesn't go over well, and it goes even worse because Sinder would quickly try to get on top of this and make a statement that gets hit with a community note with all the relevant evidence, where she tried to basically blame all this on the manager boyfriend, saying it's all his fault and he has been fired. Well, that didn't...
He's been fired. No, he's been caught. You've been caught cheating on him.
Yeah, she basically... You would never throw me under the bus, right? If something bad happened to you. But you wouldn't throw me under the bus, right?
No, I don't only throw you under the bus if there's a bug or if there's zombies.
What?
Bug or zombies.
Go over well, as you can see by the metrics here on social.
Oh yeah, this is her analytics, looking at about 100 a day, 100, 200. She had a good day here, almost 3. Really good day on Friday.
And then it exploded dead.
Saturday, lost 5,000, 5,200 subscribers.
Those are subscribers? Oh yeah, followers.
Followers.
Zaba zaba. Ooh.
I'm an artist too. Aw. Cool.
Yeah, and so Monday was the worst. 8,000. She was on Twitch.
Should have left it alone. Should have just been happy with what she had instead of trying to sabotage other people.
She on Twitch. She had 346,000 people following her.
Dang.
I guarantee she went live with like 10,000 people a day.
Shit.
Yeah.
We barely have 5.
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
I see, Sinder got caught by the AI, and the AI told her to apologize.
Yeah, yes,
Wait,
I heard
on
of that
Twitch
one. Nero predicted that she was a bitch. The AIs are smarter than you think. I want to collab with Nero. I think if that's a
She
VTuber
lost-
I'd want to collab with.
If I start talking to her, like, Rero's gonna have to lobotomize her after I get done. Shit, I'll say.
Lost 5,000 followers on Saturday, 6,500 followers on Sunday, and over 8,100 followers so far today. And then on YouTube, she lost 5.
Okay, so go to the YouTube numbers, which she had about the same amount. Subscribers. She lost 5K, 6K,
10K?
I'd like to have 10K. Come to us. We'll replace her.
yeah. Okay, with this big YouTuber crumbling in the cracks, come see us instead. I'll take you. I'll take you in softly.
And we won't stab people in the back. We'll just stab them in the front.
Not
1,000
even
on
that.
Saturday, 6,000 on Sunday, and over 10,000 so
When you say stab him in the front, we're talking between the legs, right?
far today. And you might have noticed that the number for today is the biggest, and it's blowing up even more as the day goes
And this
on.
was back
And
on
that's
Monday,
because,
too.
well, she apologized, and that's going very badly. But you also saw fans going nuts. People were literally
Oh my
burning
goodness!
their Sinder merch. Now, I get the frustration, but as
That's
pointed out here, I think the
hilarious.
best route, especially with any sort of clothing-related merch, if you don't
What are they
want to
doing?
support her anymore,
Donating it. Instead of burning it, they're donating.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm sure some little kid who don't know who the heck she is will think that that's a cute plush.
Do we got to unsubscribe Sinder now or later?
Hey, drop our name in her comments. We'll see if we'll get it.
What
I'll do it.
do I?
But
would
yeah.
suggest donating it instead of destroying it, because I don't think some like kid in need who's cold and needs a
Yeah.
sweater would mind if there's a disgraced hellhound VTuber on it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
they
I'm
won't
saying?
even know
But
who the heck she is.
as I mentioned, there was the official Google Doc apology from Sinder. This was, of course, uploaded within an hour or so of yesterday's video. As always, that always happens. But you can see down here before we read the document, Shy Lily, like looming down here with this very threatening presence. We're gonna read her response that would ratio this attempted apology into the Shadow Realm. So I'm gonna do something that I know you guys appreciate. I'm gonna try to make this Google Doc rundown
Google.
as simple and efficient as
you
possible. I
doing?
could sit here and read all 7 pages of what looks like a college student trying to get
Okey-dokey.
their essay in on time and reaching a
Check
certain
my art.
word count.
Sure.
But I'm going to summarize this in a very simple way. All you have to do is keyword search sorry. Yep, sorry. There's about
Sorry.
20 mentions of sorry, in this
sorry.
7-page
So
essay.
sorry. I keep every time when I hear sorry, first thing that pops in my head is that one episode of South Park.
Yes, I'm sorry. Someone needs to make a video of that with Cinder's head on top of it.
Aw, you're cute.
But yeah, you missed the part where he did that, where he searched the word sorry. It wasn't. It was 5 pages in to her apology.
Sheesh. But I would love to see your art, and I will butcher your name.
We don't read.
Blah blah blah
While we
blah.
watch dubbed anime.
Luviario _ is now following.
Luviati. There we go. The The bot can
AI.
tell me.
here. And the first one you find,
go
the
follow
first
you on
mention of the
Twitter,
word
too.
sorry
Yeah.
is on page
you.
5, at the end of page 5. Yeah, that's not a very good apology.
We will look you up
Overall,
after
this
stream,
is not
Kay.
the worst apology in YouTube history. Like, Sinder didn't pull out a ukulele or anything like
Yeah, as
that,
far as
but
apology
when you're making
tier list, like the ukulele's S tier. This is B to C tier. The Logan Paul video, that's S tier.
It was an S tier because of how bad it was.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of apology videos like S tier, like that's another one. I don't even know the guy's name. Some weird makeup artist that was on a couch.
Oh,
They were on a couch that was like $50,000 trying to apologize for something.
Sure, Nesco. Yeah.
But yeah.
making an apology that is 7 pages long and it takes 5 pages to reach the first sorry, it's not a good look. And on top of that, those first 5 pages, complete gobbledygook, okay? A waste of time, as I have said. And she begins and continues on throughout
Tries
the
to
entire
explain
apology,
herself.
trying to shift all the blame on her manager slash boyfriend.
I'm sorry. Once you get to this point where you have to apologize, you're cooked. Your career is over.
Ugh. Mom, but still owns a apology.
Actually, his best mind is just keep his mouth shut.
Mr. Beast. I thought he said my breast.
Mr. Breast.
Mr. Breast.
I don't know. I mean, 'cause there was so much fake shit that was coming out. All he had to do was keep his mouth shut, and it just went away. Because realistically, no one's talking about it anymore.
He's probably got all the. I don't know what's up with Mr. Beast. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, you haven't been lobotomized yet, so.
No. My lobotomy goes to other content creators. Like, my lobotomy goes to Nux, goes to Papa Meat, Gundam. You like Kirsha. I'm okay with her. She's fine.
By the way, the Cinder shit is all just a drama to get attention.
Tries
Well,
to
it's
paint
giving
him
her
as
the opposite,
responsible
though.
for everything, and that Cinder had no idea what he was doing. And it's very evident right here, right at the beginning. The only part from the first 5 pages we're going to actually look at here. In regards to Nanolis, they say this: I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over.
I'm just thinking of that Papa Gundam part you always use. Bullshit! Bullshit artists! I'm sorry. You don't talk to your boyfriend about anything that's going on that's also running your channel. Like, I'm sure if I'm doing something on this, I'm going to ask you or talk, like, something major. I'm going to talk to you about it.
Right.
Nano's commission decisions, and I should have been more diligent in my oversight. She's basically saying I had no idea this was happening and I should have been watching a little closer, even though there's plenty of interactions between Cinder and Nanolis about these exclusivity agreements and who she can or can't work with. It's just a bunch of BS. But let's skip to the good part, where the sorries
Cinder
actually
fire.
start happening. And it begins right here with this saying, I don't deserve to be able to contact everyone involved directly to personally apologize, so I'll do it here in the chance they read it. So they begin with Nano. And again, to make this efficient, we're going to just focus on the sections where we see a mention of sorry. So we begin right off the bat. I'm sorry for letting things get to this point.
Sorry for letting things get to this point. Not sorry for what I did.
Not sorry for manipulating you and causing you to essentially lose a lot of clients, lose a lot of people who would want to commission you. Screw over your job.
I'm not sorry for any individual action. I'm sorry it got to this point. Or even entertain the thought of you working exclusively with me. That's not fair to you. I wouldn't be here without you, and I wouldn't have been able to do most of what I've already done without you. I felt overly attached to our relationship over the past 4 years and loved your work so much that I wanted to make myself exclusive to your art and should have never sought those feelings to be reciprocated. Everything you've ever worked on for me was always so perfect, and I lost sight of how everyone else around me would have felt. I had no intentions of pressuring you into anything, but looking back on my clouded judgment, I can see how those...
Bullshit! Bullshit, penalty, 15 yards, first down.
Go to jail. Don't collect $200. The 12 years, no trial, jail,
Dungeon.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
messages felt that way. Yes, so basically trying to, again, act like she had no idea what's going on. She begins with the sorry, basically saying, sorry, I wanted to isolate you from other content creators and other business opportunities for my own personal greed, and I used you as a sort of proxy for my own pettiness, where I wanted to use you in a way to sabotage VTubers I'm jealous of, including some of my own close friends. Yeah, that is a pretty messed up thing to do, and this apology to Nano is very, very weak, and it's trying to deflect blame on basically not understanding the extent of what's going on here. We now move on to Bao, who was a very close friend of Sinder and someone very affected by this, someone who was directly named in some of those exclusivity agreements, and they basically try to do the same thing, talking about how they're just such a great friend and they're disgusted with themselves for buying into the narrative that my friends were competition.
Wait. Who was the one who planted that in your head, though? That your friends are competition. You were never friends with this person. You just wanted to be close to them so you can destroy them. That's it. There was no real friendship behind this.
Interesting. They begin by saying that and saying, basically, I'm sorry these ideas were filled into my head. As she says here, but I did. I'm sorry for not reaching out sooner about these ideas that were put in my head. She's basically saying someone else put this idea in her head to sabotage her own friends, and she was just helpless. She was basically possessed by this idea, and
possessed
her
by
hands moved on the
demon.
keyboard all by themselves. She did absolutely nothing wrong. Let's move on to Sack. This one's a very weird.
Fell on that dick. I mean, come on.
Oh my god, how many people?
One.
Oh my god, she has a laundry. She has a grocery list of people she's apologizing to,
And all of it feels forced and fake.
I love getting to chat with you in person and absolutely loved all the hard work you put into the Boss Rush song. I was so grateful to hear that you were on board to edit the MV. I don't remember exactly why the stream got pushed back, but I definitely wouldn't have put the blame on you, knowing about how soon the deadline was when you started working on it. I was so...
Okay, so who's this person?
Sack.
To Sack. Is that an editor or something?
I think so, yeah.
They're working
thankful
on a
for your
song,
willingness
apparently.
to complete the project despite everything, and the quality of how it turned out was incredible. I can't believe how Red talked about you, especially after...
Excusa best.
Excuse me, bitch?
I can't believe... Yeah. Not saying how I should be. Talked about you, especially after all the effort you... Well... Sorry, everything that's happened.
All the effort you put in for me. Yeah, it's another sorry this all happened, and sorry that Red did this to you.
Sorry I got caught,
She's not taking
actually.
any personal accountability here. Obviously, this is a theme so far. Now she moves on to Cottontail and Shy Lily, who were dragged into this.
Oh.
Yeah, she begins by saying, I'm so sorry you had to get dragged into this. It's my fault I let it get this far, but I hope you can believe me when I say I had no knowledge of Red bringing you up and Nano's.
Yeah, she just...
Excuse-moi.
She cheated on him, and he is just getting thrown under the fucking bus. No, then she got back on the bus and drove back over him.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the boyfriend's fault again. And she's sorry they got dragged into this. The jealousy that she expressed regularly.
Yeah. You got dragged into me not wanting you to get art. That's what she got dragged. What they got dragged into. Got dragged into your pettiness.
Sorry that actually was connected to you. And yeah, again, a D- for this one. Another very bad grade on this apology. Then we address Silverveil here.
Wait. This is what she should say to Silverveil. Sorry for stalking you. That's what she should say.
Very interesting part of this whole series. She released a Google Doc on her role. She was directly mentioned as one of the VTubers that an analyst could not work with, and she expressed many other thoughts about how she hates that people compare the two, and she just wants to break free from Silverveil. And Silverveil's like, I don't know who you are.
Yes.
It's absolutely insane.
Fuck you, bitch.
And Silverveil was approached by...
it's like that JoJo meme. Where
I don't even know who any of these people are.
it's like that JoJo Part 3 where the guy's going after John... not... Part...
Is it the, are you talking about Oingo Boingo?
Yeah, you ruined my life. Who are you again?
Sinder on multiple occasions where she was basically trying to create a, like, fake friendship for financial gain. And it was very clear that's what it was. And Silverveil just said no. I'm not interested in any of that. But again, following the sorry format here, just looking for the mentions of that. You can see her addressing the whole photo thing, and she thought that this was the result of her being pressured by the community. That's why she took that photo. That
would be cool. Get a bunch of VTubers make like their own like drama series on
the VTube house.
The VTube house.
Photo together with Sinder acting like they're friends when in reality they had never spoken before. She also says this. This is amazing. I was so wrong for letting everyone get in my head about all these malicious feelings. I'm so sorry for any opportunities I've taken away from you. I'm sorry, Silver. So she's literally saying, again, I'm sorry other people's thoughts affected my behavior. Like, again, she had no control over her own thoughts and actions because people were making comparisons between Silverveil and Sinder. Then you have this Spite individual who really just kind of got shortchanged here. I mean, 3 lines.
God,
this
how
was
many
someone
more people?
That, again, they were comparing themselves to and saying that Spite was...
Like, she got a long list of people to apologize, and the lady who fucked 100 guys.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry, I had assumed things about your design that weren't true, huh?
Oh, is that the one who was doing the SMR Hellhound stuff?
Yeah, I think.
Trying to rip off Sinder with some of their decisions, and that was proven very false. But you can see, to Spite, I'm sorry I had assumed things about your design that weren't true, and I'm sorry you've been harassed by commenters needing to compare us.
Yeah, I think that is that.
And I apologize for the way Red spoke about you
Again,
to Nano. You don't deserve
the X
any of
under
this.
the bus.
I'm sorry. That one's wild. Only 3 lines, and for a person who's pretty involved, and on top of that, they're again talking about the other commenters who were comparing us and apologizing for Red. Crazy. Then you have this one to Peaches here, where it says, I'm sorry if I made it seem like I was ignoring or ghosting you. And this is another thing you see again and again, where it says, I'm sorry you feel this way based on what I did. Not saying I'm sorry for what I did. No, it's I'm sorry you felt that way.
Again, this is one of those instances where they're not taking any blame. They're not, what's the word? Taking responsibility for their actions. Yay, my brain worked.
That's never a good thing in a attempt at an apology. Then you have Rain here saying, by the way, this is the guy who claims that he was involved with her with sexting and stuff while she was in a relationship with Red years ago. Well, she confirmed it earlier in the document that, yes, she was in fact cheating on her secret boyfriend manager. They were both very aware that she had a boyfriend at the time. Nobody was a saint in that situation, but she confirmed it. And then this is her apology to the guy she cheated on her boyfriend with. Okay?
Excuse me?
Poor... I want to feel bad for Redacted, but at the same time, he went along with this shit.
Apologize.
You were the first person I met as an ASM artist. During a time where I was immature and vulnerable, I ended up being consumed by the content I was making, and it led me to making awful decisions I still think about and regret. I was not in a good spot at the time. I've hated myself for this kind of behavior, and it took a long time for me to move on from what happened. I have no excuses.
I'm sorry that I had
you were dragged
inappropriate
into my drama,
relationships with you.
and I'm sorry how I made you feel after I just wanted to close the book on things. I cannot believe the apology to the guy she cheated on her boyfriend with is more legitimate and more heartfelt than pretty much everyone else in this scenario. It's kind of wild if you think about it. But this is the last stop on the apology tour here to our community. I'm sorry to my pyro pups and my mods for expecting me to lead a better example than this. I'm sorry to the VTuber community for always looking at me as someone to aspire to. I'm sorry to Kaiser, who's put his heart and soul into everything he's ever done with me and not even talking to you about how I felt. I'm sorry to the dozens of artists that have put their hard work into me, and I'm sorry to the rest of my friends who I've let down. I've led a bad example, and I don't expect forgiveness. I've made many mistakes over the 5 years on the internet. I'm only one person living the one life I get for the first time and only time, like everyone else. As I said at the start, I ended up developing an extremely unhealthy work-life balance. And the harm Red has caused with the...
Oh my goodness. She doesn't... she's not taking accountability for herself. She's not acknowledging that she has the problems. She's the problem, not the Red man.
The way he viewed things is irreparable. Even in her apology to her community, she says, I'm sorry about working too hard, and then I'm sorry what Red did to you. Absolutely amazing. Crazy
that
work.
was
And
dumb.
yeah, as you might expect, this is going...
Grading right now. F tier apology.
Yeah.
F tier. You flunked. This is shesh.
No. It's the worse the apology, the higher it goes up.
Well, I'm saying she sucks at the F tier.
Oh.
Going over very poorly. Not only are fans leaving, but all of her peers, all of her friends, all of her collaborators, they're all dunking on her. Pretty much every big indie VTuber has come out and replied to this apology, and it's brutal. And I'm going to start with the most brutal one, the hardest ratio in the West, Shy Lily, who normally doesn't engage in drama, so this is a pretty surprising response.
Oh.
And this is the longest one we're going to read, but let's get into it.
Making a shy girl go out
The
on
absolute
you.
audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolutely insane. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating, and I have never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting. Reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man, but also your own messages, while having to sit here and read through these bullshit lies you spin makes me want...
Damn, she's spitting.
And
This is shy girl. This is shy girl too. Ooh, you know you
vomit.
fucked up when you got a shy girl eating your face.
To claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to, when everyone who's shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friends, is sickening. I have experienced your own actions without Red in a situation where, in your own screenshotted words, you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for failing them.
Wow.
Just to earn the bag and compete with me over a V-Card collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you were being a bad friend. Why blame me
She
for
wasn't even
choosing
being
to
a
miss
friend
an
at all.
obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in your friend's career? Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability, and all you've done is try to shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences in your career and try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro Pups deserve better.
Aww. All the puppies got thrown under and
No, the puppies left. They ran away.
The ran away puppies. No. She took all the puppies, put them in a bag, and threw them in a river. That's what happened.
95,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen. This was a scorcher. This wasn't coming at him with a steel chair out of nowhere off the top rope. This was out of nowhere with a steel chair from the top rope. This was an absolute
into a table with nails.
As you can see, 95,000 likes versus
Hell in the cell.
13,000 likes on the apology tweet. Absolute devastation. Let's look at a couple more VTubers here. And also, I want to mention too, Shy Lily is a big part of Gamer Subs, who, by the way, Sinder is a partial owner of. So coming out to basically
And Kirsha was worried about her drama affecting Gamer Subs.
I'm surprised. Do you think she tried to sabotage Kirsha at all? Because
If it did, I don't think Kirsha's big enough for her to sabotage.
really, I thought Kirsha was really big. Am I stupid? I don't know what big is.
Kirsha
then.
doesn't think herself that, not compared to these people anyway.
Huh. I never even heard of them. I know Kirsha. I don't know her. Never heard of
Slam,
her.
a person who is a partial owner of a company you work pretty regularly with. That is a ballsy move, and man, she must look pretty stupid right now. Sinder, that is, for everything going on here. Here's Vebe saying, the old classic shift, the blame onto the boyfriend, fake a breakup, come back single and in therapy, and then capitalize on what's left of your community. They deserve better. Then you have Yanners commenting on this, saying, I've seen Silver receive so much harassment and unfair comparisons to you over the years, and she just tanked it. Minded her business and never once tried to sabotage your success or tear you down. Deflecting and outright lying several times in this response instead of fully owning up to your mistakes is insulting to everyone. I can't help but feel very frustrated on behalf of my friend and everyone who was on the receiving end of so much unnecessary stress, largely due to the choices you made. They handled the situation with much more grace than you decided to, and they deserve better. The weird backhanded remark you made the first time we ever met last year stuck with me, and now it makes a lot more sense knowing that this is apparently how you normally view and treat people. I hope you can learn from this and realize it's way easier to be kind and to be happy for your...
Well, time for her to hang up her VTuber model, go get a job at Walmart.
Put the fries in the bag.
Put her fries in the bag.
success as well as the success
Walmart, though, but
of
yeah, I
others.
guess she could go McDonald's.
And here's a comment from Megalodon VT saying, I looked up to you, man. Well, that was the first mistake. You shouldn't look up to anime girls on the internet. That's mistake number one, especially one who's a big break.
Yeah. No one look up to me. I'm not someone to be looked up to. I'm just a sad middle-aged woman in real life.
They're looking up to your boobies.
Okay, yeah, you can look up to my boobas.
A couple years ago was doing a cover of a song about basically giving top. That's pretty much all it was. But anyways, let's move on. Here's another one saying, as if boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing. You are blaming him to save yourself. I am disappointed in both of you. Shame on you for the pain you have caused all your friends just so you can be the best. And one more here from Sorry saying, mistakes, jealousy, and losing control are understandable. You can grow from them, but betrayal is different. It shows you're willing to sacrifice.
Well, you're short and dumb pathetic. Well, sad and pathetic. Don't look up to me. No, I got the grade school brain of a potato.
You're the opposite of this.
Gosh.
Close friends whenever it's convenient, and no business should ever justify that. Brutal, but very true. Now, a lot of people have been making memes.
Money.
A little more lighthearted notion here. There's some very good memes coming out of this situation. Let's start with this one.
Okay, I confess. SpongeBob killed him.
I remember this episode.
His profile picture, this is the real profile picture of the manager boyfriend. It's just perfect for everything going on. And we have
Oh,
Rena
yeah.
here,
Oh,
doing
wow.
an AI
That's
crossover.
perfect.
They try to do AI, but they couldn't do the ukulele.
It still looks really good, though.
With the ukulele apology. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's playing the ukulele here. But
It's okay.
anyway.
She's playing her crotch. That's the same thing, right?
Anyways, we have this one, Rick and Morty.
Hey, I found a ticket. Wow, you are just, ladies and gentlemen, the Jackie Chan of human shielding. Who takes the time to get this?
Beautiful.
yeah,
Here's
that's right,
another one,
episode.
Google Docky. Everyone's saying Google Docky because of the chicken jockey thing. You get it? Here's another one where someone said, at Grok, explain this doc like a shy anime girl using common Japanese words mixed in.
What?
How far the future has come, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolute gold. Also, people are making some statements that I think are pretty odd too. Like the reaction is very pessimistic, I would say. This person said, if y'all think Sinder is the only VTuber that does this, y'all are insane. I can guarantee that 90% of VTubers do this. You have no friends in this industry. That's just facts. Also,
I don't think it's that high.
Okay, the no friends part's kind of true. I mean, I don't think I have any friends. I mean, I'm trying. I mean, I guess I could be friends with my chat. I mean, I like you guys. You guys are nice.
But yeah, no, I don't think it's that high, but still, unless you get big.
I can't think of anyone who's like that though, or who would be like that.
not exclusive to VTubers. It's just more women run in these circles. Oops.
Women.
Yeah, I get that. Like,
True. I can see where you're coming from. Women are known bitches.
We almost had one. We almost had one for president.
Oh, I wonder how that would have gone.
this happens among content creators. There's always drama and backstabbing, but to think 90% of VTubers are gonna backstab you and they're not your friend, it's all fake, like that seems like projection. Like you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. I definitely recommend being very careful with who you share anything with or try to form a bond with, because yeah, it is a business for a lot of people. But I wouldn't.
We're gonna get ourselves so screwed one day because I'm way too of a trusting potato. Oh, speaking of which, I got a quick story. Like one of the first streams we ever did, a random troll gave us a link that I checked out first on my phone. It looked fine, and then when we pulled it up on the computer, a lot of black man dick.
That was deleted, by the way. It's gone. That was back when we were only on Twitch and Kick.
Pessimistic
Luckily,
about
it
everything.
didn't completely
There's plenty of
ruin
people
me.
who are good in the VTubing scene and in content creation generally. But where do we go from here? I don't know. Can Sinder salvage any of this?
Well, there's living proof. It takes years to build a reputation and seconds to destroy it. But that was the end of that.
Oof. Let's see. What can she do? Delete her VTuber, start over, change her voice, pretend she's a different person, and start over. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. Bye.